back, you guys. How are you? Today we're going to do something I hope you will find interesting. I received the Barbie collection from PUR from one of you. And this is the first time that I've ever tried PUR cosmetics, so it was a double treat. As outlined in this card, I cannot mention who sent this to me. I got a very sweet note and all of these Barbie products from the PUR collection. They teamed up with Barbie for the 60th anniversary, and I just really love these. As you can tell by the front of this, there's like some gritty pink jewels, glitter, little stones and stuff that is going on with the packaging on this. It's gorgeous. They all have mirrors on the inside. It's stamped PUR and Barbie on the highlighter, on these beautiful eye shades. They're just absolutely gorgeous. These lipsticks, they are to die for. I will talk to you more about it as I'm getting ready in 3, 2, 1, go. Today we're gonna play Barbie makeup. And I got on my pink Barbie colored shirt to do it. I remember that Barbie head that you used to put makeup on when you were young. And I had a girlfriend at the hospital who always said that she wanted to play Barbie makeup, and that meant she wanted to get her all of her makeup and put makeup on me at work. Because when I worked, I didn't wear makeup. Anyway, I can't remember in correspondence if I was asked to do Scary Look or not. But I think I will, because it's me. You don't think I'm actually not going to use Barbie in a Barbie tutorial. Of course I am. We have got spectacular eyeshadows in here. They're pigments, okay? They're pressed eye pigments. So you've got to be very careful with them. And I'm not going to wear this glitter for you, as spectacular as it is. No, I'm just not. I will tell you that I did wear it. It stayed in place on my lid, didn't fall to my face, looked absolutely gorgeous till I went to take it off. And this glitter here, it's not like that chunkier glitter of the Tati palette. It's more like a cross between the Tati glitter formula and the sequin size. So I just put my finger and pressed. I didn't swatch it. And I don't want to do this. I'm going to get glitter everywhere, but at least it's not on my face. It looks kind of goldish as I'm looking at it, but it's not. It's kind of a funfetti birthday kind of iridescent glitter that has all the, you won't be able to see that on my nails. That's what's on my nails. It looks silver. Okay, but what it is all these different like blues, pinks, iridescent kind of colors in the glitter. And it's spectacular. But as I said, it took some doing to get that off my face. The highlight is 3 different tones. This, if you weren't even going to use this for highlight, would be excellent for eyeshadow. Beautiful. And then she sent 2 of the lipsticks and a lip gloss. I'm not a big fan of the lip gloss because it's the smell. It's got some shimmery goldness to it, but I don't think it imparts that on my mouth. I don't see it, not like some other lip glosses I have that when you look at it, you can see the shimmer on your lips. I don't see this shimmer on my lips. It just kind of looks pretty inside the container, but I don't like the smell. And yet I keep smelling it. I'm trying to decipher what it is about it I don't like, but these lipsticks are spectacular. I mean, you can feel the roughness of it, but it's not disturbing. You know, it doesn't bother you or anything. It's a gradient pink to white, very fine glitter shimmer. And like Lancome's lipsticks, you just push a button and it pops out. There is glitter coating like sugar on the outsides of these lipsticks. The lipsticks are matte. When you put it on, the color imparts, but none of the glitter. See? That is just the lipstick color. The glitter stays on the outside. So this one's my favorite. It's classic, and that's what I'm going to be wearing today. But these are spectacular. And I'm like, oh my gosh, is there a prettier lipstick tube ever? Or lipstick bullet, for that matter. Surprise! It's a different shirt. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm too hot. We'll put the Barbie pink Sherpa back on when I'm getting ready to leave, okay? Not during this. Okay, also, before we move forward, I want to say thank you to everybody who sent me a Christmas card. They meant so much to me and my family. And I also want to say to the person, you know who you are if you're watching this, Miss Florida. That's all I know. There was a note typewritten inside, a pretty large amount of cash. And I mean, this person totally wanted to remain anonymous. I know what that feels like. It feels amazing when you do that for someone and you're the only one who knows that you did it. But I've never been on the other side of that. So it's puzzling, but thank you. Since I'm messing with pressed eye pigments, I'm going to use my NYX Pigment Primer, which is excellent. On the last video that I did before the break, we were talking about Christmas pasts, and I love it when you guys tell me your stories because it bounces around in my head, jars more memories loose to share with you. Thank you for reminding me of my bride doll. I forgot that I had a bride doll that I don't think it was a Christmas present. It might have just been a I love you present from my papa and my grandma. And I absolutely adored her. We're gonna get crazy. We're gonna use Barbie. I'm gonna put pink in my crease. Let's do it. When I'm using a palette for the first time, I wanna know how it performs with a brush before I actually get on my eye with it, okay? Unless I just have time to be messing around. So since we're gonna be using the pink, I would put this on the back of my hand with the brush first and see how it blends prior to going onto my eyelid. That way, if it's too much, I won't make a mistake. Let me show you. Now these are pressed pigments, so you don't want to do this. Okay, just press down. And now I'm going to come on the back of my hand and do this to see. Okay, I think I can handle that. What if I pressed harder? Okay. Puppy got some payoff. We pretty much know what we need to do now. Maybe knock some off before we get to the eyelid. Always use a microfiber towel to clean your expensive natural hair brushes. I mean, you pay a lot of money for these, so you don't want to come into a color switch and do that. No, save that for your synthetics. Okay, anyway, so my bride doll, I think that she was probably as big as my Chrissy doll. And I loved her very much. She had a bridal dress, the veil, the whole bit, the shoes, and I forgot all about her until you mentioned it. So that was a good memory for me. Thank you so much. I'm trying to remember, I think my brother got a pedal car that day. The kind you sit in and then you pedal it and go. I think that he got that and I got a bride doll. And I seem to remember that it was on a day when, wow, right? I seem to remember it was like on a day when we were riding our bikes, so it must have been a pretty warm day. Can you hear the wind blowing? Then one of you brought up Howdy Doody. I don't remember Howdy Doody when it was on TV. That was a little bit before my time, but my parents, they got an 8mm movie projector and a screen. And somewhere my dad got his hands on a Howdy Doody show. And I remember them having us come in the living room and we watched Howdy Doody on 8mm. And as an adult now, I know that that was a special thing for my mom and dad. I mean, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this jumbo blender and Wet n Wild Brûlée and just kind of soften up here because I should have done this first just for my eyelids. When I do this, it's all about blending less with my wrinkles, right? I don't want to keep dragging my skin. This one here in particular is really crumbly. I mean, this one is almost like that, but this one here is crumbly, so you've got to be careful with it. It's so soft. It's a really weird texture. But I'm just going to load up this brush with it, and let's see how it behaves and come all over the lid with it. One of you, oh, that's crumbly here. I need to be careful when we getting that all over my face, which is one of the reasons that we're doing this eye makeup first, is because I know already that these shadows are going to get all over my face. And I am too old to put all the powder under here to catch it. I'm just too old. It makes my skin look terrible. So this is pretty, but I want to bump it more. What we need to do, yeah, this is going to be best applied with your fingers or wet on the brush. So let's try our fingers first. Man, it almost feels wet, if you know what I mean. Look at that. Press that down. Oh yeah. Yeah, this one's better applied with the finger or wet. Beautiness. Records on the back of cereal boxes. Remember that? I'm dying to get into this purpley, magenta, pinkish color. And let's pack it on the outer part of my eyelid. Anyway, so the cereal boxes with the records on the back. Yes, and were you not just totally amazed when they actually played on your record player? Remember the record player? Remember how the record player would be a suitcase and you could like take it with you from room to room? I loved that thing. I loved my record player. I loved it when we would get allowance and then we would go to the store, and I don't know if they had this nationwide or not, but you guys let me know. In Indiana, anyway, near where I lived, there was a store called Eisner Turnstile. It was a modern day, like Walmart situation going on where you had food on one side, that was Eisner. And then on the other side, Turnstile was like the part of the store where you had a department store. We would go for groceries and Mom would let us have our allowance and then we would buy 45s. I remember my first 3 45 records. My first one was from my grandma. What the heck? This song, if you listen to the lyrics, it's kind of messed up. It's called Skip a Rope. The second song was Lynn Anderson's Rose Garden. And the third was something by Bobby Sherman. But I can't remember what it was. All right, now I want to come into this light color up here in the corner. Let's put that in the tear duct. Want to? Okay, me too. Oh, wow. So gorgeous. Now I'm going to come into the light pink. Woo, so pretty. And we're going to lighten up the inner part of my eye with it. Oh, it's so pretty. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find this story or not. There's so many of those comments. But it was talking about opening packages that weren't really packages or something like that. This hasn't been used yet. I'm going to try to lighten this up a little up here still. Anyway, like I was saying in the very beginning, if I had used the creme brulee or something light matte all over that primer when I began, it wouldn't have stuck so badly here like this, and I would have been able to blend it a lot easier. But I'm not mad. I'm not mad at it. I know you guys probably get really sick of seeing me use Lancome over and over and over, so today we're going to use the Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation. I'll have to put here what my shade is because I don't know. It's a very lightweight, water-based foundation. When I was a little girl, my mom had these ornaments on the Christmas tree that were packages. They seemed like they were big, but they probably weren't any bigger than this. Okay, just little empty boxes that were wrapped up with wrapping paper and bow to look like a gift. And you hung them on the tree as ornaments. She had a bunch of these. You guys, sometimes I look at the things I've done and think, really? Anyway, so I wanted to open the presents, and my mother told me, loud and clear, on more than one occasion, that there was nothing in these, that they're just ornaments for the tree. But I don't believe her. I think that she must be lying to me. There's presents in there. She don't want me to know what they are. I'm using my YSL. I'm sorry, they don't make this anymore. Now, here's the thing that constantly blows me away about these kinds of things that I did. Did I not think that they were going to come home and discover that I had done this? I don't know. I'm not thinking that far ahead. I'm going to come in here and get some Kin and put him underneath my eye. So Mom and Dad come home, and of course I've opened up all of the ornaments. And guess what? There's nothing in it. Now, wouldn't you think that after the first one that I would have realized that there's not going to be anything in it? But no, not me. Guess what? Mom didn't lie. There really was nothing in those boxes. Again, thank you. And this is a gorgeous palette that I'm going to treasure, not just for being able to use it, but because of what it is. I'm going to skip into this Juno palette that they sent me a while back, and oh, I love it. I really want the other one too. And I'm going to come in here and get the bronzer, which is fantastic. And I like it because it's really convenient. Everything that you need is right in here, you know, this beautiful blush, this bronzer. You could use this as a highlight or a lid color. This highlight here is the same as the white one in the Barbie collection. It's a little much for me as a highlighter, but as an eyeshadow, it's gorgeous. But this one here, fantastic. You know, you just got this one little palette, and especially if you travel, I think you would really, really love that. Now I'm using the blush, which is kind of a peachy blush because of the shirt I've got on. Hang on. I want to keep going with the pink theme of the shirt I'm going to put on. So I'm going to go with the MAC Skin, whatever this blush is. It's called Gentle. I'm going to bring some pink onto my cheeks so it can kind of look flushed. This year, for the first time, I watched e.l.f. And I've never watched it in the past because I don't like Will Ferrell. He's not my kind of humor. But I do have to admit that was funny, and I laughed so hard. Okay, now let's come into the highlight. And I really don't want to hit this white because it's intense. I used it already. I'm going to stick right here in the middle. But this is really, really pretty. Just go lightly. So there's this scene in e.l.f., if you've never seen it before, where I can't remember the circumstance. I need to watch it again so that I remember what the circumstance for him doing this was. But they're decorating the Christmas tree, and you see him come jump on a couch, and he goes flying into the Christmas tree. And I laughed and laughed till my husband thought, he was like, "Are you okay?" But see, he didn't remember that I'd had this incident a while back, long time ago, with a Christmas tree. Now, like, it was a real Christmas tree, because like I told you before, we used to always have real Christmas trees. And we had this real Christmas tree, and at the time, my son had this cat named Sweetheart. Sweetheart was not a sweetheart. Sweetheart was like, that cat, I'm telling you, the poor thing got hit by a car. It got out of the house and it didn't come back. Sometimes this would happen. He'd make a bolt for the door, and he would go over to a new housing development that was being built because he was quite the Tom. Apparently he had a few girlfriends over there, and he'd disappear, and then he'd come back in a couple of days, you know. Anyway, so he got hit out on the road, and I found him on the road. Like, I went out looking for this cat. My son's like, "Sweetheart, where's Sweetheart?" Go look for the cat, and yeah, I found him. That's not what the story's about. The story is about this cat, okay? And the Christmas tree. He's in the Christmas tree, like up in the branches of the Christmas tree. And when I come through the living room, he was just right at this level where the light was hitting his eyes and seemingly glowing in the middle of the Christmas tree. I don't know their eyes. I just know that there's something glowing in the tree. I'm like, what the heck is that? And I just keep getting closer and closer to the tree. And then as I get up to the tree, I'm like looking in, and he moves, right? And I'm like, it's Sweetheart. I reach in there to get the cat, and the whole tree just comes forward. Me, the cat, the tree, real Christmas tree, okay, go fly into the ground. And the tree is on top of me. And he has scratched the living daylights out of me. Off he runs, and I'm like struggling under this tree, getting all scratched up, couldn't get out from under it to get him. And I'm screaming at him. And oh my gosh, that was a day. It wasn't funny at the time, but as I watched e.l.f., oh my gosh, I was laughing so hard remembering that. And just, I'm going to put Classic on. I love it. And it stays a pretty good long time. As you can see, none of the glitter is on my mouth. That is beautiful. I love this so much. I'm going to stop here with my eyeshadows and everything. I'm going to put on my mascara, do my hair, switch my shirt to the Sherpa so that I can leave and go to the bank, and I will be right back. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. I look forward to your comments below. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate that. It shows me how much you care. It also shows YouTube the kind of engagement that's going on here, which we have some really good engagement here. And don't forget, if you don't know it, you are the best part of the Fritzy family. And if you're not having a blessed day, I'd love it if you'd go out and be a blessing to somebody else. Until next time. Love you, see ya. Bye. And I'm out.
Sorry, yeah. But as you can see by looking at the palette, kick it open. Ah, don't drop it. Do not drop it. Don't you drop it. What's on you?
Squirrel.
Oh. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your don't say it. Google will take all of your AdSense. Lord, her she was bigger. Ah, don't come back, Sonia. Don't run away. Where are you? I'm sorry. I love you. Come back. Okay, so you like it rough, do you? Fine. For anyone wondering why I'm doing my eyes first, I tell you guys, I need to get dentures or something. I have spaces. So attractive. It's a beauty channel. Do you see that eye goober? Why did you not speak up, okay? I mean, I need you guys to tell me this stuff, because I cannot see. I am blind. I need you to tell me when I have an eye booger. Sugar na 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 na, oh honey honey na 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 na, you are my candy girl. You can't see my feet, but they're doing the Veronica dance. Da na da na na da da. Oh, I think I'm losing snot out of my nose. Who remembers this song? Hands across the water, water, hands across the sky. I'm so sorry, Fritzy family. I'm so sorry I subject you to this thing. Let's use this light pink and bring it on the inner. What is this? What is that? It's brown and it's on my mouth. Like, I guess I've been kissing too much butt. I don't know. I think I'm going to switch to this tiny little Juno brush. Ugh, choke on that word. Brush. It's such a hard word to say. I'll be honest, I was a little worried about using Ken. Because G.I. Joe'd be mad. Sometimes Johnny West would get really jealous of Ken.